If you're someone who's curious as to what it is really like working with your third eye, what are some potential problems that may come up for you, this video's for you. Real quick, if you're brand spanking new here and you have no idea who I am, my name's Judy. I teach all things intuition, psychic development, spiritual awakening, woo-woo. So if that is something that interests you, if you are not already a subscriber, I'm going to give you a hot 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button right now so you can learn a whole boatload more. All right, let me back up and give you some quick context here. So just like right out the gate, this video here is going to be more personable, one-on-one. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit more longer, formal video, like you and I were kind of hanging out and having a conversation versus a scripted, right to the point, business only type video. All right, so about 5 or 6 years ago, I did this video right here talking about the third eye dangers and the scariest thing that you will ever see. At this point, fast forward 5, 6 years later, I have really effing learned a lot since making that video. And I kind of sort of feel like I owe some people an apology. The only time you're going to see anything scary, freaky, and anything that is of concern to you is if it's something new that you have no knowledge on what to do with it or how to handle it. Or in the physical world, you're being presented with a scenario, a solution, a problem for something that you would rather not see and have your blinders on and be lied to. You see, when your work, and I'm going to dive into the Hollywood freaky things, right? But I want you to understand when you're working with your third eye and the dangers of working with your third eye, although it's not really a danger, I don't want to freak anybody out. There is working with your third eye in the physical world, because you're in a physical body, right? So it's not all about the Hollywood stuff. And then there's working with your third eye as part of your psychic gifts and learning how to bridge the gap and have the two of them work in harmony like a relationship. Is that making sense to you? Are you vibing with what I'm saying? If so, like the video so I know we're on the same page. So, however many years ago when I made that video, I um my life went to hell in a fucking handbasket. I had just discovered that I fell in love with a narcissist and I had a huge effing problem and I needed to take care of this problem. The level of mind fuckery that was going on and going to continue to go on, it literally scared the shit out of me. And it scared the shit out of me because, again, tell me if you can relate. Anything that is brand new to you that you have not repeatedly done and mastered, it is scary. It's scary because you feel like you have no control. It's scary because you don't know what's going on. And it's scary because it involves someone else and you can't control what other people do. My problem when I made that video, I had no idea what NPD was, narcissistic personality disorder. Okay. I didn't realize the depths of that. I thought I was in love with another empath whose emotions were just off the effing charts and they had no way of controlling themselves. So, anyway, through that personal experience, my eyes were opened to seeing things I did not want to see, which was just how much, I'm just going to say evil or horrible, not so hot, manipulative people we actually surround ourselves with and share physical space with. A lot of people, when we talk about working with the third eye, they're thinking about the Hollywood, the ghosts, the ghouls, the goblins, right? The trippy paranormal hallucinogenic shit. They're not thinking about working with their third eye as part of their normal daily life and seeing dangers that are around them. When I made that past video, my eyes were opened to just seeing how many horrible, horrible, horrible people we share space with and we don't even know it. That is not the scariest thing you will ever see when you open your third eye. It's only scary If it is something brand spanking new that you just happen to stumble upon and you have no idea how to freaking deal with those kind of people. Do me a favor before we move on to the Hollywood paranormal, trippy, hallucinogenic, seeing type things. If you know exactly what I'm talking about and you have first hand dealt with ditching, going no contact, eliminating a nut job, even going to court and having to relocate to get away from that kind of person, do me a favor and just type NARC in the comments, NARC, and then I'll know how many people are like, yes, when I say fuckery, the the effed upness, the mental mind game of what goes on in those situations, like only those who have been through it can comprehend it. Thanks to a lot of healing, working with my spirit guides, um, going through PTSD recovery, abuse recovery, and all kinds of other shit, I am proud to freaking say, without feeling like my ego is inflated, I wholeheartedly know how to go head to head with evil and defeat it multiple times over without it destroying me as an individual. So there's some good things that come out of that when you learn how to channel that kind of third eye rude awakening. Because some people go through a spiritual awakening because of some kind of traumatic event that makes them question everything about life. All right, so let's move on to the Hollywood paranormal, freaky, hallucinogenic type things, right? I'm going to tell you right now, and if you've watched any of my other previous videos, I always say the same freaking thing. Hollywood is over exaggerated lies, crap, and baloney. It's over exaggerated drama to hook you in and sell movies, okay? Working with your third eye as part of your normal daily life is nothing like Hollywood. It's normal to see things here and there, see things while you're awake, okay? You can have them in a dream state, see things, but when you're wide awake, usually that comes in the form of like seeing orbs in photographs or, a double take out of the corner of your eye or like a shadow, right? It is very rare for on a normal, consistent, daily, weekly, monthly basis to full-blown see people and or other things. If you are someone who is feeding into the fear, I'll say here, if you want to see scary things, right? Feed the fears. Just continue to feed the fears. You feed the fear by getting more scared, getting more concerned, thinking about it, having it consume you, going to bed at night and pulling the covers up over your heads, right? When you feed the fears, you know how the law of attraction works, right? You're not stupid. The more you feed into something, the more you're going to draw it to you. If you are someone who has experienced seeing things, right? Something I've learned in my personal life, because I only talk about things that I have personally gone through, because that gives me credibility. Otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite talking out my ass, right? You do not freak out. You ignore it. Okay, let me give an example. And again, my goal here is not to freak you out. My goal is to give you some form of empowerment or control. Okay, we're not talking about narcissistic people right now. On this part, we're talking about the non-physical world. I have seen all kinds of things from dead people that I don't know, family members, glowing spirits, to the scary Hollywood, demons hanging out in the corner of the room. If you see something that looks freaky or scary, again, you ignore it. Okay? You think of it like the bully. Okay? Let's equate this to real world life. What do bullies like to do? They like to pick on people they think they control or they have power over or they could manipulate or get reactions out of. So if you ignore the bully, act like you don't give two flying fucks about the bully. Again, I'm talking about saying something. You ignore it and pretend it's not even there. It's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Oh, the wrong TV channel's on, whatever. The other thing I've done in the past that you can do is just tell it, get the fuck out. My house, my show, get the fuck out. But the key thing is you have to state it with authority, like you mean it. You are the head honcho in that space. If it's in a place like your home, yes, you want to claim authority over that. Step up to the plate. But you need to do it from a energetic, I want to kind of reiterate here, because most people will be doing like they're freaking out or they're scared, right? They're doing it out of fear. No, you got to look at it like, it's the freaking peanut in your house. You are the head honcho in charge. It's your house. You control who comes and goes and who hangs out. Don't worry about trying to figure out who it is, what it is, why it's there, because it doesn't matter. That's how you feed into it. If you're out somewhere out in a public place, right? Public places, it's not just you. There's a lot of other people, a lot of other energies. It might be there because of somebody else's energy, right? You effing ignore it. Like it's not a big deal. I've been to healing events where, if you're going to a healing event, there's a lot of people who are in pain. A lot of people who are in pain, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual pain, they have negative energies attached to them. Okay. They are coming basically to church, bringing all of their demons to church with them so the healer can help shoo them away. Does that analogy make sense for you? If you have not already, like the video. Now, when we go into thinking of that concept, there are people who have done this long enough. And when I say long enough, I mean seen, experienced, dealt with, conquered, right? To where that kind of stuff doesn't scare them anymore. It's just kind of become like, all right, whatever. It's just part of my freaking job. I guess it's part of my calling now. And then there's people who just, it scares the shit out of them and freaks them out a little bit. So I guess again, to reiterate my point to making this video, the only time you're going to see anything scary, freaky, and anything that is of concern to you is if it's something new that you have no knowledge on what to do with it or how to handle it. Or in the physical world, you're being presented with a scenario, a solution, a problem for something that you would rather not see and have your blinders on and be lied to. So, anyway, if you would like to learn more about what it is really like a whole scripted, outlined, right to the point, not Judi getting squirrely training about what it's really like working with your third eye as part of your normal daily life, right? And if you're someone who's been getting those signs and synchronicities, the birds, the pennies, the 222s, the 111s, right? And it's kind of making you nutty, like what in the world is spirit trying to tell me? Because that's really how spirit communicates with you through your third eye, right? It's just one of the many different ways. It's through all the different things that you see. They're going to give you messages, right? In the description underneath this video, I'll have a freebie link for you, all about the third eye and what it's really like. We're going to debunk a lot of Hollywood misconceptions, and then I'm going to show you my trick to when I used to do readings for people, how to get very specific, concrete messages without using cards, crystals, pendulums, anything. And you don't even need to meditate, right? So check out the freebie that's underneath this video. Feel free to comment below and talk to me. What are some other videos? Share some experiences, whatever you want. I do read the comments, okay? So, all right, Judi, shut the freak up now. You go have a high vibrational, phenomenal, kick freaking ass day.